Good morning. 7 minutes after 6, clear skies and temperatures in the low and mid-30s in the listening area, warming up into the mid-50s today. Let's take a look at that weather for you. It's being brought to you by Manchester Brook Materials, where they offer crushed stone and ledge products. We will rock you at Manchester Brook Materials. They're in East Drygate and also at 596 Cross Road in Waterford. Lining up your projects, all you have to do is call Darcy at 802-633-4122.
Is part of your property too tough to mow, or do you need a new driveway, or must fix your old one? Ask Manchester Brook Materials for a quote today. Plus for topsoil, erosion stone, riprap, and stay mat, plus crushed stone products from 3/4 inch plant mix up to 5 inches, Manchester Brook Materials will deliver or load it for you. 6:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. weekdays, 7 a.m. to 12 noon Saturdays, or by appointment. We will rock you with competitive pricing and estimates. Call 802-633-4122.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a shower, mainly over high terrain. Valley highs in the mid to upper 50s, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight, slight chance of an early shower, lows in the low to mid 30s. Clouds increasing on Saturday with a rising chance of showers in the afternoon and highs in the mid to upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Thank you, Lawrence. Updated weather from the Fairbanks Museum and from our many sponsors, including Manchester Brook Materials. They have a couple of locations to take care of your needs right here in East Drygate on Route 5 and also at 596 Crossroad in Waterford. Lining up your projects is easy by calling Darcy at 802-633-4122. Manchester Brook Materials. As we approach 9 minutes after 6, update a look at the weather. We'll be doing that and a more detailed look shortly after 7:30 this morning when we chat with Mark Breen at the Fairbanks Museum.
After 3 wins in a row, a Red Sox loss, 8-4 to Tampa Bay at Fenway. The score was tied at 3 after the first inning. Sox very much in the game, obviously. Jake Bennett pitching very well until the 6th inning. That's when Tampa scored twice. Sox manager Chad Tracy on Jake Bennett.
He threw the ball pretty well. I knew we were talking with Bales before. We'd probably keep him a little shorter just based on being on the 5-day, and he hasn't done that much, but he threw the ball pretty well. The one pitch for 2 runs, and then he started to fatigue there a little bit the last couple hitters, but overall he threw the ball pretty well.
Red Sox manager Chad Tracy. Red Sox squandered a number of scoring possibilities. The Red Sox are losing again. Trevor's story.
We got to find a way to get it done. We're a versatile offense. We know we can win with speed, small ball. But yeah, it starts with us. We got to, find a way to win that night. And like we've always said, it's about the W at the end of the day. And this is our team.
Trevor's story. Tampa Bay 8. Connolly early on the mound for the Red Sox tonight.
Rick the Kid here from Twin State Ford with an exciting announcement. Employee pricing for all. That's right. The Ford American Value for American Value sales event is on at Twin State Ford. With the purchase or lease of most new Fords in stock, you pay what we pay. On select models, this is a savings of over $7,000, and it's above and beyond all rebates and incentives. These savings mean on a 2025 F-150 XLT, your employee price is $14,000 under MSRP. $14,000 under sticker. That's huge. And you won't just get a good price on your new Ford, you'll get top dollar for your trade as we need to stock up on pre-owned vehicles for the summer selling season. And remember, all of this means nothing without selection, and at Twin State Ford, you'll find one of the biggest selections of new Fords in the state, including a wide selection of hard-to-find F-150s in almost every trim and color. So drive Route I-91 to Exit 20 and north on 5 to St. Jay in Twin State Ford, where you pay what we pay because we know price matters. Woo!
6:21, here we are on a Friday. It's the 8th day of May. There's King George right there with All Night. And, of course, before that, Cody Johnson starts us off on a Friday morning. Stephen, John, and friends right up until 9. We have the Bear Ridge Speedway race report on the way. That's at about 6:45 with Butch and April. And then a busy 7 and 8 o'clock hour as we'll come out of the 7 o'clock news, chatting with Lauren Nelson, LC Design Concepts, and also Cori Palladino will be joining us around 7:15, 7:20, Forest Street Pub with some information in regards to their spring and summer menu at Forest Street Pub. All right, let's take a break here for a minute or so. When we get back, we'll take a look at that weekend weather for you.
Hi, it's Chelsea from Wise, and this is our 10th year producing Wise Words. Today, Lydia, a senior from Lebanon High School, is sharing Wise Words.
We know that consent is not hard or confusing. You just have to ask. But consent is more than asking just one question. For us to give consent, we need more information, like knowing how old the other person is, what we're agreeing to do, and what we don't want to do. Maybe we want to know whether we're exclusive or seeing other people, and what precautions we want to feel safe. We get to decide for ourselves what information we need to make an informed choice, and we get to stop whenever things aren't feeling right. We all deserve partners who listen to us, don't pressure us into things that make us feel uncomfortable, and stop when things aren't okay. What do you need to feel ready to say yes?
These Wise Words are supported by the Hypertherm Hope Foundation, a proud sponsor of Wise and our goal to end violence, share hope, and change lives. To learn more, please visit our website, wiseuv.org.
Eric Church, Ends of Times, coming up here in just a few minutes. A few reminders before we check out the weather at Horse Meadow Senior Center in North Haverhill. They'll have the history of the Mount Washington Cog Railway coming up on May 13th with a dinner at 5 p.m. It's by donation. And then Tim Lewis will be speaking about the history of the Mount Washington Cog Railway, Horse Meadow Senior Center. And, of course, the dinner at 5 is by donation. And then Tim will speak around 5:30. Sounds interesting. And let's see, the Ammonoosuc Valley Fishing Game Club will be having their annual Kids Fishing Derby. The date is set for June 6th, so be sure to mark your calendars. We'll have more information in regards to that in the local paper and also on the radio. And also the Spaghetti Dinner fundraiser coming up. You can join Wells River Savings Bank for an evening of delicious food, fun, and community spirit. Saturday, May 16th. It'll be from 4:30 to 7 p.m. at the Orange East Senior Center in Bradford, and all proceeds will go toward helping Dom maintain his independence and meet his current medical and mobility needs. The tickets are $20, $10 for children 12 and under, and items will be raffled off at the event. Those are some of the activities happening here in the listening area. 24 minutes after 6, we take a look at the weather forecast now. And it's being brought to you by Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Auto Saver Group. And that's a really big deal. As in the Auto Saver Group's Big Deal Plus, that comes at no charge with the purchase or lease of every new or used vehicle at Wells River Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Grace from the Auto Saver Group's Wells River Chevrolet. Chevy has some really great vehicles like the sporty and affordable Trax, Trailblazer, and Equinox. We have the third row Traverse, the Tahoe, and of course the Chevy Silverado. Wells River Chevy, we also have the all-electric Blazer, Equinox, and Silverado EVs. We have something for everyone, and they all come with a Big Deal Plus. Stop by or shop online anytime at wellsriverchevy.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a shower, mainly over high terrain. Valley highs in the mid to upper 50s, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight, slight chance of an early shower, lows in the low to mid 30s. Clouds increasing on Saturday with a rising chance of showers in the afternoon and highs in the mid to upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
And there you have it. Look at the weather heading into the weekend. Sunshine, clear, blue, sunny skies with us right now with temps in the low 30s, heading for the mid 50s today. Updated weather brought to you by your friends at Wells River Chevrolet. Same great people, same great experience, and also the Big Deal Plus. They're on the web at wellsriverchevy.com. Eric Church, Hands of Time.
Hi, I'm Lori Riggy, Commercial Loan Specialist at Wells River Savings Bank. What makes a good bank? For some, it's convenience. For others, it's trust. At Wells River Savings Bank, you don't have to choose. For over 130 years, we've been more than just a bank. We've been your neighbors. We know our customers by name and care about the things that matter most to them. From supporting local youth sports and community projects to helping families and small businesses grow, every dollar that stays local helps our communities thrive. Because a mutual community bank like ours, your deposits don't just sit in an account. They go back into the community to make a real difference. Wells River Savings Bank, where community comes first and financial success follows. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It is 6:33. We're checking out the forecast with temps in the low and mid-30s, clear blue sunny skies. Being brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Autosaver Group, where every deal comes with a Big Deal Plus, which is a 2-year unlimited schedule maintenance plan, which includes free state inspections for life.
So where's the big deal?
Holy schmoly, it's Matt LeCire from the Autosaver Group, St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Right now is the time to drive the all-new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cab. Get 0% financing for 60 months or take advantage of 2.9% for 72 months on all Ram Crew Cabs, excluding RHO. And here's the kicker. Every new Ram comes backed by the industry's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Looking to lease? We've got you covered. If you have a current Stellantis lease, you can drive a brand new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab Hemi V8 for just $469 a month for 39 months with 0 down. St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, just past the railroad tracks in St. Johnsbury, Vermont.
Lease based on 10,000 miles per year, 32,500 total miles, 30 cents per mile over. Tax, title, registration extra. Must have a current Stellantis brand lease and household to qualify. First payment due at signing. Special APRs available for well-qualified buyers. At 0%, every $1,000 is $17 in payment.
Don't wait, these offers end April 30th.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a shower, mainly over high terrain. Valley highs in the mid to upper 50s, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight, slight chance of an early shower, lows in the low to mid 30s. Clouds increasing on Saturday with a rising chance of showers in the afternoon and highs in the mid to upper 50s. Right. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, it's 36 in Montpelier. It's 38 degrees in Concord right now. We're at about 32 degrees, freezing in our YKR listening area. You're now up to date. That is a look at the weekend weather. It's brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, which is part of the Autosaver Group. Also online is St. Johnsbury, CDJR.com. Brand new song, Luke Bryan's here.
Chief Crushing and Excavation has plenty of products that can be delivered to you from one of their many nearby locations. Products available include sand for septic systems, crushed gravel, topsoil, clay fills, stay mat, ledge, and specialty items such as blue ledge and gravel. Chief Crushing and Excavation is fully insured and has Vermont and New Hampshire locations near you, including Wells River Quarry, the South Rygate Pit, Nick's Aggregate and Pike, and Blaisdell Sand and Gravel in North Haverhill. Excavation and full land clearing services are also available. For quarry operation hours, pricing, and directions, call Chief Crushing and Excavation at 802-584-3868.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a shower, mainly over high terrain. Valley highs in the mid to upper 50s, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight, slight chance of an early shower, lows in the low to mid 30s. Clouds increasing on Saturday with a rising chance of showers in the afternoon and highs in the mid to upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, there you go. There's an updated look at the weather at 6:41, brought to you by Chief Crushing and Excavation, 802-584-3868. He's got the equipment, big, small, medium, large, and whatever the case may be, he can do it for you, right? Isn't that the case?
Yes, that's the case.
He's hauling big stuff around all the time.
All the time. Like. Trucks are moving.
They are.
Equipment's moving.
They are.
Great job.
Yeah. All right, so this is it. This is the Bear Ridge Speedway Race Reports, brought to you by your friends at Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Autosaver Group.
Oh, your fiddlehead's almost going by.
Oh, no. Well, there you go. There's a little color.
Yeah.
The grass needs to be mowed already,
right.
too.
Well, your fern's almost opening up. Those fiddleheads are, like, gone by. You missed it.
A few years ago, we had the grass that was kind of deep out there, and a mother deer popped up, and then a baby fawn appeared.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. The grass was pretty high then, huh?
Yeah, it was.
You were really lazy that year.
Probably a broken.
Yeah. Well, it seems like we have no racing.
When you saw that, it was kind of nice to watch that, and we don't have to worry about mowing the lawn.
That is so true.
Yeah,
that was a while ago, but that was really neat. Now we have some feral cats running around.
There you go.
Oh, gosh.
We have a couple of those, too.
You never know what you're going to see. All right, so we're going to try to get the first race of the season.
Take two.
Yeah.
Opening night.
Try to do it again.
All right.
I think the odds are a little bit better.
Yeah. Crazy.
At least right
week,
now.
Huh? Man.
Yeah.
A week of weather.
It was just not going to work with the. I mean, we were going to have the car show. We were given permission to use somebody hayfield, and putting 60 haulers out there and tearing that up would have been. because it was so wet.
Oh, yeah.
Then Kidder Road had just been graded the day before, and putting $150 over that would have been a nightmare. So, and it just rained. I think it stopped for a little bit, but then it came back in. So he made the right decision.
Yeah, you canceled early Saturday, you said?
Yeah, I canceled at 7 o'clock. Never done that before in my lifetime. I always try to hang on, thinking, you're going to get that break and whatever, but everything just looked bad. And, as April said, the field out back was wet. We had to park vehicles in the field.
Other things you have to take into consideration.
Yeah.
And
then,
going around the track, yeah.
Appreciate 100%, the road getting graded in there Friday, to smooth it up because it had some awful potholes in it, which was great. But when I went in there at 6:30 Saturday morning, it was slimy because it had so much rain on it. It was slimy and slippery, and
as it was, there's still potholes.
I still have to work with your neighbors a little bit in the town and everything else, and it just wasn't going to be worth it.
Mm-hmm. How's the track looking then?
Great.
Yeah, of course it is.
Track was great. It'd been one fast racetrack that night, but it didn't happen.
So, did you still have the car show, or
no,
you're going to?
No,
so everything is like the first.
No
day
car
tomorrow.
show. No.
None
car,
at all.
No.
None. Okay.
None.
No car show.
Zip.
All right.
The downtown Bradford car show is canceled.
We're not doing a car show.
And you didn't have it last week.
No.
Okay.
We had
all that
one
work, and you didn't have it.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know.
Bummer.
I know. We're not. It's no car show.
Well, anyway, hats off to you guys.
So this week will be most of last week's show, but it starts at gates open at 1.
Pit gates, please.
If we only had a camera,
Oh,
ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen, if we
Yeah.
were only on television.
Well, he'll be on.
Go ahead.
No.
Just go ahead.
No, you're
Finish
good.
it up.
I'm done.
We want to hear you. I mean, our fiddleheads are going by, and the grass needs to be cut, and the corn's been planted, and
No, I
Some
wish.
of the corn planted, not ours.
So on another matter, how do you change the light colors on your star?
My phone.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have an app for that.
Yeah.
I unplugged it to give it a break. Couldn't think of a color for other than Memorial Day.
Yeah.
But then that's
Red,
that's red, white, and blue for like all summer. So less.
Okay. Now we know.
And it's off right now.
I think Johnny B's got an app too.
Johnny B.
John Boudreaux.
Oh, for his lights. He
Yeah.
should. I would think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you guys in competition down through there on Route 10 or what?
Very discreet. Just have a star. Just a star. But I like seeing his place all lit up. It's kind of cool.
Anyway, back
does a
at
good
Bear
job.
Ridge Speedway, you were saying, Butch?
Gates open at 1 for race cars and haulers. To get in, get your stuff done, get settled into the pit area, whatever. Inspections, safety inspections and stuff will be done between 1 and 2:30 approximately. There will be a photo contest or a photo shoot for the race cars on the racetrack by our photographers sometime around probably 2:30 or so, 2:30 to 3:30. Then we'll have a short hot lap session or a practice session there for a couple of shots, which will entail probably till about 4 o'clock. Grandstands will open. The grandstands should open around 3, approximately. Everything's approximate. It depends on how it's going.
It depends what the weather's doing too.
It depends
Sometimes
on the
you kind
weather.
of step things up a little bit. Are we still talking 6 o'clock? 5, 6?
I'd like, here again, we're going to do a parade at 5 to 5:30 of race cars around the racetrack.
All right.
Parade. In their divisions.
Okay.
Because that is going to be the car show for the day.
Okay.
That's how we're going to do the car show.
Okay.
And
Good idea.
People will be getting papers as they come in, how to, what to do, how to do it, and they're going to pass them in that night. So within the next couple weeks, they can we'll have a car show awards. So it's all done from the racetrack. You know, it's not up close and personal like we always have had it before. A little bit change. The mini sprints are there this week. No midgets. The mini sprints are there. They were scheduled to be there. It's Napa night. FMS Napa Auto Parts are our sponsor for the night. And with good luck, hopefully I can send the mini sprints off about 5:30 for their first race to get started a little bit earlier, because they haven't raced anywhere this year either, and they haven't been anywhere. So that could be a little struggle there to get it all done.
So what are the Granite State mini sprints?
Granite State mini sprints are
Still kind of brief us on that.
they're I'm going to say 800-pound open wheel, something similar to like a midget or even a sprint car,
Are they
but
two
a
different
smaller version.
horsepowers?
Yes, 500s were 500 cc's or less motor, and originally they were all single cylinders. Now I think there's some twins out there.
What kind of engine they put in them then?
Oh, it could be Honda, they could be Suzuki. You know,
It's like a motorcycle engine?
They're
Like a
motorcycle
motorcycle
motors.
engine,
Yeah.
okay.
And then the 600s, they're a little bit better, a little bit faster, and
they're fun to watch though.
Oh, they're fun to watch. They have wings on them. The
Yeah, I think
500s
so.
have no front wings on them. The 600s do have a front wing on them. It's little small 13-inch tires.
Yeah.
But those 600s, they'll make our modified guys look at times. You know, say, boy, they're fast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, so how many divisions? How many total? I know they don't all race in one night. How many divisions do you have that come to the track in the course of a year?
7, 8.
10.
Okay. 10, almost 10? 10.
We have 7 regular.
So you guys being owners, what are your responsibilities in the background race night? What do you do, Butch?
What do I do?
Everything.
Everything.
What's your main
everything except the announcing. You know, get them in, get it there. I'm probably going to be the flagman this year. Again.
Track prep and flag.
Track prep.
Because you're basically barking out commands. How
Try
much two-way radios does everybody have? So you
Too many.
Just no, the drivers don't. Drivers are one-way radio.
No, but for you guys that are running the track,
You
do
know,
you have
I-
one so you can talk with people?
Yeah.
Okay,
We all
that's
do.
what I mean.
Yeah.
I think she's got 2 in case one goes dead.
I have like 6 that say ask April 1st.
And then she opens up the door and yells really loud. Right? So what do you do during racing?
Right now, well, during race,
Yeah, during
once
the-
we start,
yeah.
I'm doing the scoring and electronic scoring, hoping to train somebody new this year. But it starts when we open the gates. We got to get everybody signed in,
Okay.
which is the big deal tomorrow because everybody waits till the last minute to get their registration paperwork done, and it needs to be done before they can go through tech, and it needs to be done before they go in the pits. So, and then I have to sign everybody in. I do the lineups, the handicapping, and then I go upstairs.
So do transponders, they already have those in the car? Or that
Some
comes
do, and
Some
they
do.
get when they
Yep.
sign in. Every driver has to sign in. They pay to get in, and they have to check in to race. So there's two. They with the front gate, they have to go through 3 windows.
So do you have to do a transponder check or something to make sure they're working and you have connection so that you've got...
When they go out, practice is usually when
Yeah.
if we have somebody up there, we check them then.
So there's a lot to it.
Oh, yeah.
I ask these questions because it isn't just...
Oh, you know, it's,
right?
You don't just show up.
No.
you know,
you
the
don't.
girls always just show up. They want to talk and everything else. But we
Right.
got practice going on out there. Well, it's okay. You know, they can practice. Well, no. We need you up there because we got to check the transponders. We're making sure they're working and everything else, you know, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they give you that long look.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yes. And then if you don't have somebody with a transponder working, we
What's
also
wrong?
got hand scorers. We got a hand scorer there. Terry does still hand scoring. She has for, I don't know, 30 years or so.
Man.
And, you know, but we've lost transponders on cars out there. So all of a sudden, car number doesn't start showing up on your scorecard,
That's what I
you
asked,
know,
yeah.
whatever. And that's where your hand scorer comes in because she kind of fills in the blanks.
Exactly.
So you do need a hand scorer.
Who's your track announcer?
Norman Rule and John Sleeper.
You have been for a while?
Yeah, 15, 20 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah. All right, so recapping tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night we have Dirt Car Sportsman Modified, Sable & Sons. We have Dirt Car Chevrolet Sportsman Coupes, sponsored by your Auto Saver Group, Wells River Chevrolet. We have Dad's 4x Tool Supply Sportsman Modified Limiteds. The High Country Dispensary late models are there. Willow Valley Building Supply dirt stocks are there. Woodsville Power Equipment Ridge Runners are in town. Plus, R.E. Hinckley Granite State Mini Sprints.
Okay. And you're hoping to have the Granite State Mini Sprints rolling at 5:30-ish.
Hopefully by 5:30-ish, they'll be on the racetrack for their first race.
All right. And the parade before that will be the car show.
Car show.
No car show in downtown Bradford.
No car show in downtown Bradford.
Okay. All right. Your final comments?
There's a lot going on.
Come on, please.
The fiddleheads have gone by.
Racing tomorrow night. Barry Speedway.
Barrett Speedway.
Right.
Weather permitting.
Thanks for your awesome star. No, that's cool. I mean, it's all the way down Route 10. I mean, you come up Route 10, you just, right?
Oh, the star. I thought you
your
said
star,
awesome star.
It's star on the farm.
I know. It used to be my beacon of light to get home. So.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, guys. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you. Let's hopefully weather like this would prevail all day long. But
thank you for coming in early again.
I have to get up now because of my puppy, so it's not for you anymore.
Whoa.
Man, that was a low blow.
That was a low blow, was right.
We'll get her next week, won't we?
There you go.
Right.
We'll try.
All right, 6:54. Of course, the Barry Speedway race reports brought to you by your friends at Wells River Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Grace from the Auto Saver Group's Wells River Chevrolet. Chevy has some really great vehicles like the sporty and affordable Trax, Trailblazer, and Equinox. We have the third row Traverse, the Tahoe, and of course the Chevy Silverado. Wells River Chevy, we also have the all-electric Blazer, Equinox, and Silverado EVs. We have something for everyone, and they all come with a big deal plus. Stop by or shop online anytime at wellsriverchevy.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
In Bradford, Farmway invites you to shop their in-stock Lazy Boy furniture. Farmway has plenty of styles and colors to choose from, something to fit everybody, including pet-friendly fabrics. Check the prices, you won't be disappointed. Shop in a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere, and if you don't see it, Farmway can order it. Delivery and removal is available. Just ask about the rates. At Farmway, they take immense pride in offering a wide selection of top-quality brands in footwear, clothing, camping, and hunting gear, furniture, and gifts. Shop locally in Bradford at Farmway.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a shower, mainly over high terrain. Valley highs in the mid to upper 50s, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight, slight chance of an early shower, lows in the low to mid 30s. Clouds increasing on Saturday with a rising chance of showers in the afternoon and highs in the mid to upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
There you go, updated weather. It's 6:57. And there you have it. Updated look at the weather heading into the weekend. Don't forget, Mom, do some shopping at Farmway right there in Bradford. You can also go online if you can't get to Farmway anytime soon. But with it being Friday, they are open a little bit later tonight for your shopping convenience. So be sure to stop by and see what's in store at Farmway with plenty of free parking right there in Bradford. And good morning as we approach 7 o'clock news and information here at your country. WYKR Haverhill, WTWN Wells River, and W28060E Wells River, 105.1 FM. And heading into the busy 7 o'clock hour, we'll come out of the news chatting with Laura Nelson, the owner of LC Design Concepts in North Haverhill. And then Cori Palladino will be here representing her family's business, Forest Street Pub on Forest Street in Woodsville. Birthdays, anniversaries, we'll check 7:30. Come out of that chatting with Mark Breen at the Fairbanks Museum. And then a conversation I had yesterday with Neil Robie, the owner of Pete's Rubbish Removal. Trash Talk with Neil coming up at about 7:45. And then we hit the 8 o'clock news and a busy 8 o'clock hour as well. Right now, though, we're getting set to take a break for a few minutes. We'll see what's happening with CBS World and National News. Good morning. It's 7 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting. I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The U.S. and Iran exchange fire again in the Persian Gulf.
They better sign their agreement fast.
President Trump, after the Pentagon says a trio of American destroyers was targeted in the Strait of Hormuz before U.S. forces returned fire. The BBC's Yolande Nell is monitoring from Jerusalem.
The U.S. military said it intercepted Iranian attacks on 3 Navy ships. These were unprovoked Iranian attacks. And it said that in response, it targeted Iranian military facilities. None of its ships were hit. The Iranian version of events is that U.S. forces targeted an Iranian oil tanker in its coastal waters and a second vessel.
The United Arab Emirates says it fended off Iranian attacks overnight. The average for a gallon of regular gas in the U.S. today down a penny from yesterday to an average $4.55 a gallon. We'll see if soaring prices are having an effect on the jobs market when the government releases its April report next hour. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
So far, the war in the Middle East and rising gas prices have not had any significant impact on the labor market. If high gas prices persist, there could be some changes in the labor market, but that remains to be seen.
Almost 100 people, including 17 Americans, are still on that luxury cruise liner that suffered a deadly hantavirus outbreak. They're expected to drop anchor off the Canary Islands Sunday. Dozens of others got off on an island in the South Atlantic. Dr. William Schaffner, Vanderbilt University, on fears of a mass spread.
The risk really is extraordinarily low. I think this is a well-confined episode that is focused on people who were on this cruise ship.
The learning platform Canvas is mostly back up and running after a cyber attack.
Thousands of universities and K-12 schools use Canvas to manage assignments, grades, and lecture videos. The hacking group Shiny Hunters claimed responsibility for the attack on Canvas's parent company, Instructure, which knocked Canvas offline for hours, disrupting final exams at many schools. Sacramento State senior Michael Lee Chang is supposed to graduate in a couple of weeks.
I'm already anxious enough, and now I'm unable to do my assignments, and no one really knows what's going on.
Instructure says Canvas is available for most users again. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Possible change at the post office. CBS's Jim Krasula.
The United States Postal Service is considering a rule change that would allow anyone to send handguns through the mail for the first time in nearly 100 years. A 1927 law prohibits the shipment of handguns through the Postal Service unless they are from licensed retailers.
This is CBS News. A new study finds forest fuel treatments have reduced the spread of wildfires and prevented billions in losses.
Lead study author Frederick Strabo at the University of California, Davis, says fuel treatments such as forest thinning and prescribed burns are
a form of prevention or mitigation for wildfire risk.
He says before 1800, up to 12% of California burned every year, but
it's just that the fire that we're experiencing now is much different than it was historically.
Strabo says not only did fuel treatments reduce the total burned area by 36%, it also prevented an estimated 59 premature deaths. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
First, there was taco for Trump always chickens out. Now financial analysts are taking it south of the border again. They've coined a new acronym for the wartime market and chances of a successful peace agreement. Nacho, not a chance. Hormuz opens. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
At Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, located on Route 302 in Littleton, the veteran sales professionals are passionate about helping customers find the right vehicle that fits their needs. Due to their knowledgeable and experienced sales representatives who are always happy to help, they've been nominated several times for Chrysler Dealer of the Year, earned multiple FCA Pantaster Club Awards, and are the recipient of the Customer First Award for Excellence, years 2018 through 2023. At Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, they continue to hold themselves to the highest standards of training and maintain manufacturer certification in order to serve their customers the best quality of customer service. Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, located on Route 302 in Littleton.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a shower, mainly over high terrain. Valley highs in the mid to upper 50s. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight, slight chance of an early shower, lows in the low to mid 30s. Clouds increasing on Saturday with a rising chance of showers in the afternoon and highs in the mid to upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, thanks. We're about 7 minutes after 7. Our temps are approaching the mid-30s under pretty much clear blue sunny skies. Mid-50s before we're done today, we hope. And there you have it. Updated look at the weekend weather brought to you by Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the big deal. And we've got kind of a tag team thing going on today. We've got Lauren and Cori. They're going to be chatting with us. LC Design Concepts and Forest Street Pub. That's coming up right after we find out what's going on with the Patriots.
Patriots rookies at Foxborough, all the draft picks, as a group, spending their first extended time at Gillette Stadium. Most interesting, no question, new Patriots first-round pick, offensive lineman Caleb Lomu, 6'6", 313 pounds.
You know, they're a team that's going to be fighting in the playoffs and Super Bowl every single year. And that's the type of team I want to be on. I know a competitive team that's willing to work and take that extra step to get to that far into the season. And so I'm so excited to be a part of that. Be able to, get back there next year is what I want. That would be amazing.
Lomu is an underclassman, eager to be a Patriot, also eager to tee off.
I love golf. I'm pretty decent at it, too. I'm not going to say I'm amazing because I don't want to get out there and start chinking balls, but I love golf. I love getting out there. So don't know much about golf, but hoping there's some good courses to be able to go out and play. But, I'm a golfer. I went this morning, actually.
Patriots first-round draft pick, Caleb Lomu.
I love golf.
Eager to block and tee off.
All right, minutes after 7. We'll find out how the Celtics is doing and also the Red Sox under the new manager, as Tom Cuddy will keep us updated as we continue through the morning and find out what's going on in New England sports. Meanwhile, let's find out what's happening locally with LC Design Concepts in a new location in North Haverhill.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. Happy Friday.
Indeed. On this 8th day of May already.
I'm excited.
Yep.
I'm wearing open-toed shoes, which means now it's going to stay warm because I'm not going back.
I'm wearing Hoka sneakers.
Okay. That's what the cool guys wear nowadays.
Oh, really?
Yep.
They're comfortable.
Yep.
It's weird when you take them off. It's like you're stepping down off them or something. It's weird.
Oh, yeah. It's like walking on clouds.
Right?
We wear them in the kitchen.
Do you?
We do.
Awesome. How are you?
I'm well. Good morning to you.
Okay. Cori Palladino from
Forest Street Pub.
Awesome.
Yeah. We decided to tag team this morning. We knew we were each coming in to talk, and it was like, well, I go to the pub all the time, and I've done her kitchen, so we can talk about each other's businesses because we've work together.
Well, all of us do. Of course, you own us. You're there all the time.
Yeah.
And we, of course, frequent it quite often.
Yeah.
Friends and clients.
Yeah. So we're on the other side of winter. Spring has sprung. Mm-hmm. So we're heading into spring and summer. Does that mean you got some different things coming, Cori?
I do. I actually have some new exciting things happening. And maybe you've checked out our Facebook page in the last day or two, but I'm officially announcing that we are going to be opening for lunch 3 days a week. So it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we're doing street tacos out of the pub.
Okay.
Which I'm really excited about because nobody around here does street tacos. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about you, but I love tacos. And just about everybody I know loves tacos. I don't know anybody who doesn't love tacos. So we thought, let's try something new and different and, see if people want to come out for lunch.
I'm excited for it because it's right down the street from the showroom. So I'm going to be frequenting because I hate making lunches. I don't know what it is about in the morning trying to think about what you're going to have for lunch. And there's nowhere really in the area that you can grab something quick.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be awesome. You can just walk up and order one or two or however many.
Exactly.
6.
Well, we're not opening the pub for sit down lunch. It's strictly just pull into the parking lot, walk up onto the porch, and we're literally going to sell them right out of our porch window.
Grab and go.
I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Super fresh, very delicious, fast.
Yeah.
So if you just want to grab a snack, you can pop in and pick up 1 or 2. Okay. If you want lunch, you can, have 5 or 6 or 10. Doesn't make a difference.
So what's the variance? What will be the choices, Cori?
So what we're going to do is we're kind of starting off easy so that we can work out some kinks. And as things change, we'll notify people. But from the get-go, we're going to start with corn tortillas, which we are making in-house. And we're going to have a variety of tacos. We're going to do a carne asada, and that's like a marinated beef street taco, a chicken tinga taco, an al pastor pork taco, which is braised with pineapple juice. So it's like sweet, and then it has some seasonings in there that'll give it a little bit of a kick. Regular pork carnitas, which are citrus braised pork, and then we have to throw in a gringo taco, which is your traditional American style with ground beef and lettuce and tomato or pico, and sour cream and cheddar cheese. And then we make our own guacamole in-house, which is really yummy.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do chips and guac and some salsa. And typical of the pub, we try to do everything as much scratch as possible. And they're pretty cheap. So they're between $3 and $4, depending on what you get.
Sure.
And super fast. So grab and go.
Okay. Awesome. And that's going to start when, Cori?
It's going to start this Wednesday, the 13th.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have made this combination meeting here in the studio better is if you brought tacos for us to try.
I thought about it, but I wasn't getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do
It's
that.
making me hungry talking about them.
Can you guys get up and start eating, though? Because this guy can.
Oh, yeah.
Just ask Teresa. I've got coffee brewing, and I'm eating.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I'd rather eat a big meal beginning of the day than at the end of the day almost.
You're going to have to do breakfast tacos.
I was just thinking that's going to be next on the
That'll be
list
next.
of desires for the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of drinks, get yourself set up for the day.
Yeah.
That's right.
Things will go a lot smoother
Oh,
at the start of
probably.
the day.
The office is going to be fun today.
Might end up with an interesting kitchen design if I start drinking at breakfast.
Well, I do
never
have
know.
the capability to do that at the
I
pub.
love that.
So you obviously have a professional kitchen at Forest Street Pub.
Yes, we do.
And what about you in your world in regards to professional kitchens?
A lot of people have asked. Actually, there's a church up in Peacham that's looking to renovate and turn their church kitchen into like a professional kitchen that they can rent out to people that want to professionally can or do other food businesses. And I've been in talks with them for a couple of years. And the hard thing is I'm not sort of certified in the ins and outs of a commercial kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very specific, you have to have, the hand wash sink, the this, the that, all of those things that, don't happen in a residential kitchen. So in the case of that church, I can help them because they are going to have sort of that professional kitchen that people can rent, but they're also still going to have part of it as their church kitchen where they do their, weekly suppers and things like that they need cabinets for. So I'm helping them with that aspect and all that. So yeah, it's hard because I've had over the years people ask about doing a professional kitchen.
So you can actually take it almost there.
Almost, yeah.
Almost there.
And
because you probably have to do certain kind of fire suppression and stuff, or however that works.
Oh,
Whereas,
yeah, you have to have Ansel systems.
yeah, whatever that's called.
Yep. And you have to have your right 3 base sinks.
Yeah, and
but you could
special
easily
flooring.
Yeah.
Things like that.
If you really wanted to do it, you could probably just get in touch with like an inspector and have the state inspector come in and let you know.
I imagine it's not that complicated. I guess none of my vendors have commercially rated products. Like, there's commercial rated flooring. Countertops we could do, but cabinets, nothing I have would be commercially rated. And I would hesitate to put it in a kitchen that gets as much use as what they do at the pub because they'll get worn fairly quick. Everything I have is meant for heavy, I would say heavy residential use. Like I'm finishing up a kitchen for a chef, and when he bought the house, it had just a typical 30-inch electric stove in it, and he wanted a larger, so we put in a 36-inch gas cooking range that puts out. And I do have to be aware of BTUs, actually. It's kind of a nerdy combination that you need to
because
figure
if
out
you've
the
got
total
gas,
BTU
it puts out
output.
some heat.
Yeah.
Because we have gas in the kitchen now. We converted 6-7 years ago, and there's a big
And you have
difference.
to make sure that the hood can accommodate. Imagining all 6 burners are burning at the same time, and that's like 400,000 BTU on some of these pro-style ranges. You have to have at least a 1,200 CFM hood, and then you also have to make sure, is it a straight run? Every turn in the exhaust lowers the CFM and all that. So there's a lot to it when it comes to the more professional style appliances that you have to think about. and how they're installed.
Yeah, because you've helped us with the bathroom. We started last fall.
Yeah.
And cabinets just arrived a couple of days ago.
I just unloaded them on Tuesday. We
So-
were saying they came off the truck just in the nick of time before it started pouring rain.
Right.
So yeah, kitchens are, there's a lot to it. It's not just about making it look pretty. It's about, the math involved in it can be tedious sometimes in terms of, do you have, especially for the exhaust, do you have a run to get it out of the house that will accommodate the stove? I mean, the odds are a 6-burner stove, how often in a house are you going to have all 6 going at the same time?
Right.
Not very often, but
Right.
you have to accommodate for it.
Yeah, you guys, you did a complete renovation in your place.
Oh yeah, ground up.
Right.
For the most part.
Really?
Yeah.
So who helped you design all of that?
Well,
You probably put some stuff on paper, but
I put it all on paper, and then you hire people who know what they're doing, and you rely on them to give you good advice, and to help you avoid mistakes that can be costly.
Yes.
So it really is the building of a team of good people to get you over that.
It came out really
line.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. We love our kitchen. We have a great kitchen. It works for us.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish it were a little bigger so that we could feed more people. And
but you pretty much utilized the space was there. You put a small addition off the back? Is
we
that
put
what
a
you did?
small addition. Yep. And that seats, I think, like 16 people.
Yeah.
And that was originally supposed to be the kitchen. And then when we built it and got in there, we thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be a kitchen of one.
Yeah.
You can't put a team in here. And that's
Right.
when we converted the garage. And that's perfect. It's a perfect
And the price
space
went
for
from
us.
here to there.
Oh, yeah. And you
In
can
a hurry.
expect that too.
Yeah. But the pub is awesome, though. I can't imagine if you hadn't done that little addition on the back. It would have been tight because on a
tighter than
Friday
it already
night,
is.
you go in there and it's packed, and you think, wow, you wouldn't have, how many tables? Like you said, 16 people. That would have been hard. But I think the kitchen makes sense where it is.
It does. And, I put that patio off on the back side of the area there. And at one point we thought, oh boy, that adds like 36 more seats. 36 more mouths to feed. Oh, our kitchen isn't so big anymore now. Now it's getting, smaller and smaller when you have to feed more and more people.
But then, of course, last year you put the patio in with the idea of like being able to have outdoor seating, and then Mother Nature was like, nope.
Yeah, not today. Not this summer.
Yeah, it seemed like every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday it rained or it was.
Yeah. Well.
So with
not
remodeling or
Yeah.
a complete build, people should talk with you in advance. Because
Oh,
talk with
definitely,
Ryan
yeah.
too. The flooring is one of the first things you should talk about, but it's one of the last things that goes down.
Yeah.
But really.
And so that's a good point. I was at a job down in Grantham, New Hampshire yesterday that Valley Floors is going to do all the flooring. And it is one of the last things to go in, but it's one of the most important parts of it. Like we need to know what that's going to be to match the cabinets and the
True.
countertops and all that. So that's it can get tedious sometimes for people to make decisions. So oftentimes they'll come into my showroom and pick cabinets and countertops, and then I'll go to Valley Floors and help pick stuff out too.
So you both are female. What are your thoughts in regards to owning your own business?
Ooh,
that's a great question.
You asked that on a Friday morning.
Well-
That's pretty heavy.
No, I love it.
Well, both own your own business,
Yeah.
and you're kind of family operated. You and Andrew, right?
Yeah.
And you're in business with your family. Your husband's been in a
Who's
family
also
business
Andrew.
forever.
Oh yeah. Well, we both come from family businesses,
Yeah.
which is probably why we're as crazy as we
You know,
are.
for advice of anybody, particularly that
I
is
guess-
thinking about going in business
Yeah.
through the next year,
Do it.
this year,
Yeah,
next year.
100%.
Do it. I mean, it's one
Really?
of those things.
Oh, yeah.
Why, so how do you say that with so much confidence?
Because it doesn't. I don't know. I guess I've never been afraid of failure. I've had people say no. I've had my share of like, ooh, I'm not going to make that mistake again.
Yeah.
But I don't. Nothing in life is that complicated, and I just feel like if you're confident in yourself, it's going to work out. There's going to be ups and downs, and there are.
That's how you learn.
That's how you learn. Yeah. If
We did this for 47 years.
Yeah.
We're still doing it 50 years later.
I mean, it's not easy. There are some days that you go home and you're like, oh.
Yeah, today was hard.
Today was hard. I wish I was just somebody else's
Mhm.
employee and they had to deal with all the
Yeah.
the ins and outs of it. I would say the hardest part of being in business is not actually working in the business. It's like the working on the business. It's the bill paying and the accounting and all of a sudden having to do an insurance audit and all
Sure.
that boring stuff that is a necessary part of being a business owner that doesn't make you any money.
That's right.
But it's required.
But it's required.
And I would say moving the business from Vermont to New Hampshire, if I had known how complicated that was going to be, I probably would have hired some, like a business professional that knows, like, this is what you have to do to close out in Vermont and this is what you have to do to start in New Hampshire. It's quite complicated.
Yeah.
To move a business from one state to the other, and I didn't think that at the time. It was just like, yeah, I'm moving, 7 minutes away.
And
What's the
you
difference?
came in from out of state.
Yeah.
Even though your dad was the town manager here in Haverhill.
Right.
But you're from out of state, and
Yeah.
you came to Woodsville.
We did.
So you already knew Woodsville, Haverhill.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I hadn't lived here before. I'd only visited.
How many years now?
I've been coming up here visiting since 96,
Okay,
but
then.
we moved here in 2019.
Okay.
So I would just come up, and visit. But moving up here, moving our entire family, and then building a business was, nothing short of crazy.
Well, when I asked the question a few minutes ago, you were like right out of the box, definitely.
Well,
In
my
regards
feeling,
to owning your own
a
business. Yeah.
Well, whatever you build, you're proud of, and I feel like when it's yours, you really make the best decisions possible for your people, your community, your family. So every decision that you make is to be successful, but that's not always the case. Like Lauren said, there's so much that goes into it. You don't think about those things in the beginning. So if you are going to open up your own business, you have to be brave, and you have to be willing to take risks, and you have to be okay with failure, and be able to bounce back from that, because it's definitely not smooth seas. For sure. I mean, you're dealing with people, you're dealing with weather, you're dealing with all these forces. Everything. And it comes at you, like a storm some days. But at the end of the day, you're proud of what you do, and you're proud to be a part of the community, and you make wonderful friends.
Sure.
And that's really enriching, for your life. So
That is well said.
Yeah,
I agree.
So next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yes.
Tacos at
11 to 3.
Okay. At
Forest Street Pub. Just pop up on the porch. It's all grab and go. You're welcome to sit on the porch and eat. You're welcome to sit in the back patio area if the weather, decides to cooperate, or just grab it and go.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
This was great. Thanks, ladies.
Yeah.
Kind of a tag team effort this morning, right?
I love it. Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're fortunate to have these businesses in town.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I like being on that side of the river too. Not that I didn't love Wells River, but
We'd
I hear
love
ya.
to see more.
Good.
Bring on some more businesses.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk with you soon.
Yeah. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Thank you
Enjoy.
much. All right.
Thanks.
24 minutes after 7. Take a break here. When we come back, looking at the weekend weather forecast again. Four Corners Farm in South Newbury is happy to announce they have hundreds of beautiful pansies for the wonderful moms. Mother's Day is this Sunday, May 10th. Spring is also the best time of the year to purchase fresh asparagus, rhubarb, spinach, jam, milk, eggs, and cheese. Mother's Day is this Sunday, May 10th. Be sure to remember Mom with beautiful pansies from Four Corners Farm in South Newbury. Open daily 9 to 5. 24 minutes, almost 25 minutes after 7. We're checking out the weekend weather, as we promised, being brought to you this time around by Woodsville Power Equipment. And as we have said, doesn't matter what time of the year it is, they can help power you through it. Spring and summer's coming. All those outdoor projects with sales, service, parts, repairs, rental equipment, expert advice, and a whole lot more. You can count on Woodsville Power Equipment. Take your lawn to the next level with the help of Woodsville Power Equipment Tool and Rental and the Husqvarna MZ54 Zero Turn Mower. It delivers commercial-style performance with homeowner-friendly comfort and control, because great lawns deserve great tools. Cut your mowing time in half and do it with precision. Husqvarna zero-turn mowers deliver pro-level performance. Whether you're tackling a backyard or a full day of yard work, check out Husqvarna's full lineup of zero-turn mowers at Woodsville Power Equipment Tool and Rental.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly cloudy, slight chance of a shower, mainly over high terrain. Valley highs in the mid to upper 50s. West winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tonight, slight chance of an early shower, lows in the low to mid 30s. Clouds increasing on Saturday with a rising chance of showers in the afternoon and highs in the mid to upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
And it is Mother's Day weekend. You're up to date. There's the weather, mid-30s, clear blue sunny skies heading to the mid-50s today. Compliments of Woodsville Power Equipment. That's the weather at 4942 Dartmouth College Highway, 603-747-2322. Ella Langley with Choosing Texas, 7:30 right here at your country. It's a Friday. Today's the 8th day of May, 2026. Stephen, John, and friends right up until 9 this morning. Glad to have you along here with us. It is time for birthdays and anniversaries. Brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford. And we have a lot of birthdays today and no anniversaries, so let's get started with happy birthday wishes today to John Gilmore Jr., to Keith Merchant, Mike Dunn, Patty Hammond, Aaron Powers Bushy, Bertie Fortier, Dale Urey, Annette Davidson, Carson Samuel Clough, and Melinda Cobb. Those are the birthdays that are on our local wish list today. We'd like to have yours if it's not included. All you have to do is give us a call or send an email or drop it off, whichever works best for you. We'd like to see it at least a couple of days in advance. That way it gives us time to prepare for the day of your wish. Brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford. They can help with your insurance questions and also produce an insurance quote. All you have to do is ask the Swenson Insurance Agency. And thank them for bringing you birthdays and anniversaries. Celebrating today on this Friday, May 8th, Melinda Cobb, Carson Samuel Clough, Annette Davidson, Dale Urey, Bertie Fortier, Aaron Powers Bushy, Patty Hammond, Mike Dunn, Keith Merchant, and John Gilmore Jr. are all celebrating birthdays today on a Friday, May 8th, 2026.
Distracted driving can take many forms, such as changing music, eating, or talking on the phone. But the most dangerous by far is texting while driving. Although it may seem harmless in the moment, it takes your hands off the wheel, your eyes off the road, and your mind off driving. A dangerous and sometimes deadly combination. Be a responsible driver. Turn on an auto reply feature or app that notifies your friends and family that you're driving and cannot reply. Or better yet, turn off your phone entirely. Please, pledge to never drive distracted. It's not worth your life or anyone else's. Take it from me and MMG, protecting your piece of the world.
The Swenson Insurance Agency of Bradford is an independent agency that represents regional and national insurance companies to meet your insurance needs. The professional staff can provide you with the expertise you deserve to make the best insurance buying decisions. Service is their best policy at the Swenson Insurance Agency, Bradford. It is 7:33. Our weekly conversation is brought to you by Hatchland Farm, Wicked Dairy Delights, and Profile Meats in North Haverhill. And, of course, our meteorologist, Mark Breen, is with us. Good morning, Mark.
And good morning, Stephen.
All right. Interesting week of weather. I assume you probably would agree.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
It's been, and it's not not just this week. It's one of those, it's really, I guess I'd go back to March in terms of these really kind of pretty big lurches back and forth. It's almost like a merry-go-round kind of thing. Just as an example, during this past week, since we've talked, last weekend, snow on the presidentials, Mount Washington recorded 6 inches of snow. And then by Tuesday, it was 82 degrees. And now we're back on the cool side. A little bit of frost to scrape off my windshield early this morning. Yeah. So that back and forth doesn't seem to want to quit just yet. We're in the, I'm not sure if we're in the back or the fourth right now, but we are back into some cold air. Looks like cool weather probably through the weekend and into next week as well.
All right. So what's the cause of this anyway, Mark?
Yeah. So in general, we talk about, weather maps and that type of thing, areas of high pressure or storms, low pressure systems. But there's another component which we don't tend to talk about, or not as much, and that is what goes on in the upper layers of the atmosphere. So we're talking about, 5-10 miles above us. But if you think about it, that's where the clouds are. So that's where kind of the action is taking place. So it doesn't necessarily show up on a weather map, but we do see, areas of higher pressure. But in the upper atmosphere, I sort of imagine that as like this pile or dome of air, and it forces the air to kind of move around it as opposed to moving through it. At the same time, there are pools of colder air, and these swirls of cold air, they tend to collect moisture. They tend to have cold air kind of locked in underneath them. Again, the air gets steered around, and so we end up with this air that I'm talking about, and we've all heard, I think, this expression by now. We talk about the jet stream, winds that are up 5 or 10 miles above us, and it does indeed steer the storm. So these jet streams that we talk about, they come and go. It's not, let's face it, the air is kind of loose. It's free to move around. And so it's not as though it gets locked into just one direction, but it often will stay in a similar direction for an extended period of time. So that's one of the things that I actually spend a fair amount of time almost every day, kind of looking at that situation, because it tends to set up these patterns that we just talked about, where we have these, episodes of really warm air and then these pockets of cold air that come in. And so right now we've got a pool of cold air. It's sitting up over Hudson Bay. It's steering cold air and some kind of unsettled clumps of clouds and some scattered showers from north central Canada down into the Great Lakes and then eastward over us. And so that's pretty much the reason that in the forecast right on through the weekend, we do have some sun each day, but we also have the chance of showers each day.
Mark, what happened a couple of days ago with that rain and then we had the wind? Was that a cold front coming through? What was the deal? Because there were some places that did lose power because of that as well.
Yes, so there was indeed a cold front, but I'm glad you mentioned that, because one of the things that happens this time of year is if we can get, first of all, there is some strong wind that is almost always up above us. You think of Mount Washington, for example. But if we can get a day where the sun comes out and you've got those strong winds above us, sometimes the rising air, of course, it has to sink as well. It can't just go up. And so the air goes up and down. Where the air is descending, it pulls some of that high-speed air down closer to the ground. And indeed, I was out, I guess that was on Tuesday, along with the temperatures jumping up into the 70s and 80s. We had wind gusting to 40, 45 miles per hour. And so, yeah, I saw a number of trees snapped and power lines down. So that was a pretty wild situation. Most of those winds were actually ahead of the cold front that you mentioned, so it wasn't the front itself that created the winds. It was just ahead of it.
All right. Mark Breen is with us, our meteorologist, each and every week, giving us an update as to what's been going on with the weather and sometimes looking at his crystal ball, depending on how far out he actually wants to go. We'll get to the Mother's Day weekend forecast in just a moment, but first, looking at next week just a little bit, some additional comments you had this morning.
Yeah, so, next week, it's kind of interesting. Of course, today's the 8th. So Monday, the 11th, that actually, it just kind of sparks something in my memory, and I was looking back through some of my stuff, and there's an interesting thing for May 11th, 12th, and 13th. Now, this is an old European thing, but it's called the Three Chilly Saints. Now, in the church tradition, each saint has his own day, that kind of thing. Just a good example, one that almost everybody knows is St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. But there are lots of saints and lots of days. So the three chilly saints that I'm talking about, May 11, 12, and 13, are St. Mamertus, St. Pancras, and St. Servatius. Not necessarily household names, I would say, but there's this old European weather tradition says basically that there is going to be a frost in May. If there's going to be, it's going to be right near those dates. So that tends to be a cool period of time. So that got me thinking, I've got all these weather records. I wonder if that actually is true. Do we usually get, a frost? Well, as it turns out, there really isn't a trend, so to say, in terms of cold air. In fact, I went back through the 20 teens, so to say, to see if there was some trend that way on the 11th and the 12th, 13th, and nothing really showed up on the weather records. So it's an interesting idea, but I can't say, well, maybe it works in Europe, but it doesn't work here.
I know you're a gardener. Safe time to really start planting the garden, your prediction is when?
Yeah, so, well, a couple of things about that. Now, certainly cold, hardy sort of plants. So we're thinking about things like, lettuce, greens in general, peas, onions, carrots. Those all can be put in as soon as you can get to it. So you don't have to worry about frost with those. But when we're thinking about the tender things, things that are susceptible to frost, so we're thinking, the squash and the tomatoes and peppers and so forth, there are two kind of schools of thought about that. One is to wait until it's safe, and so we're probably talking toward the end of the month. There's kind of a tradition, you get the garden in somewhere close to Memorial Day weekend, and that's fine. But the other thing that I have found, and especially with our cold weather, especially in various places that I've lived around here, I've been in some pretty cold spots. Sometimes you just have to get it in even before the danger of frost has happened. So what my thought is, it's a lot easier to cover up those small plants and get them in early than it is to wait, and then you have those big plants at the end of the season, and they're just coming in. But covering up big plants in September and October is not as easy. So I tend to favor getting things started a little early.
Yeah, it makes a difference too, with the fog that we get here in the valley. You're north of us, south of us, all those things, depending on where you live in our listening area, also have to be taken into consideration.
Yeah, in fact, one thing that I often recommend to people, especially people that haven't, done a lot of gardening, is to check with, one of your neighbors who's been here for a while, and they may have just a little, extra insight about that particular location. Say, oh, no, you're going to have to watch out for a frost, on this kind of situation, that type of thing. It's always great to get a little help, and for the most part, I think all gardeners are trying to help all the other gardeners. So.
Why not? Why not, right?
Yeah.
All right, Mark, let's find out. It's the Mother's Day weekend forecast. What's it look like?
Yeah, and it looks like we've got sort of varying amounts of clouds and sun today, and there will be a few passing showers this afternoon. Most of the day should be just fine, but it is going to be cool, only 50 to 55 tonight. Those showers move out. Speaking of gardening and so forth, it'll drop to the 30s, 30 in the cold spots. There will be some patchy frost out there. We'll start the weekend tomorrow with clouds and some scattered showers midday and afternoon. Now, they'll be scattered north of Route 302, but south of 302, I think it's going to be a pretty rainy afternoon. Temperatures will be in the 50s. And those showers, they become more scattered Saturday night. It'll be around 40 degrees. And then we'll still have a few showers around on Sunday morning. But I think we're going to see some breaks of afternoon sun and just maybe a leftover shower. I think most of the time Sunday afternoon should be fine. Not as cool. I think Sunday at least will warm up to between 60 and 65.
We'll take it. All right.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of great information. We certainly appreciate your time this morning.
You are welcome.
All right. Enjoy the weekend, Mark.
Yep, you too.
Thank you much. All right, there you have it. Update a look at the weather. And it's brought to you each and every week by Hatchland Farm. Wicked Good Dairy Delights and Profile Meats, both those businesses located on Route 10 in North Haverhill. Be sure to stop in and patronize our local businesses. Ice cream season is finally here in North Haverhill at Wicked Good Dairy Delights. Their ice cream window will have a full menu of cones, dishes, shakes, soft and hard serve ice cream, sundaes, toppings, and more. Sunday, May 10th is Mother's Day. All moms get a free small ice cream or $2 off any ice cream on the menu. Cash and gift cards only at the ice cream window. For your convenience, an ATM is available inside the store. Hatchland Farm Wicked Good Dairy Delights is located on Route 10 in North Haverhill. For daily spring hours, specials, and announcements, visit the Hatchland Farm Facebook page. It is approaching 7:44. Still coming up, a conversation I had yesterday. Neil Robie, the owner of Pete's Rubbish Removal. Trash Talk coming up in just a few minutes. Before that, we'll be updating you on the weather forecast again and a few other important pieces of information that we'll be passing along your way. While we have a moment here, let's look at the 8 o'clock hour. We'll hit the news at the top of the hour, CBS World and National News. Come out of that chatting with West Ward Auto Repair in St. Johnsbury. And then Valley Floors in Bradford, our weekly conversation, which has been happening here for many, many years. Liz Shelton will check in, representing her party store in Woodsville. And then Shanna Meyer had a conversation with Joshua Smith yesterday, promoting Trivium and Averte. And then earlier this week, I had a conversation with Winston Oakes, the owner of Budget Lumber in North Haverhill, and we'll find out what is actually happening at Budget Lumber as he's working to close the business down as he gets closer and closer to retirement age. Meanwhile, if you're heading to Wells River today, I have the menu that's available at Tuttle's Family Diner. The Diner Burger is a BLT burger with French fries or tater tots. They're also serving chop suey with garlic bread. How about homemade mac and cheese with a roll? A hot dog can be added for a small charge. They have crispy chicken wrap with bacon, lettuce, cheddar cheese, and honey mustard, and chips and pickle that come along with that. How about a haddock sandwich with chips and pickle, or haddock dinner with choice of potato and a side? Their soup today is beef taco soup. Those are the specials. You can also order from the regular menu when you stop by and enjoy your lunch today at Tuttle's Family Diner, located right here in downtown Wells River. That's Tuttle's Family Diner. And as we said, you can also order from the regular menu or call 757-3333 to order out. A couple of things we wanted to mention on our community events calendar, which is brought to you by Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank. Haverhill Parks and Recreation is going to have an open-air market coming up this weekend, and that's going to be at Railroad Park, and that's going to happen tomorrow, May 9th, Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and that's the open-air market right here in downtown Woodsville, Haverhill Parks and Recreation at Railroad Park in Woodsville tomorrow, May 9th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. All right, there's a few things that are happening here in the listening area. As we said, we'll be taking a moment and listen to a conversation I had yesterday with Neil Robie from Pete's Rubbish Removal.
Bar Harbor Bank and Trust helps businesses succeed. We're proud to be recognized by Forbes and Newsweek as one of America's best banks multiple years running. We can help you get the financing you need quickly and improve your cash flow. With over 50 branches and 90 ATMs across northern New England, we make managing your business easier. Whether your business is growing, expanding, or evolving, we can make it happen together. Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Good things happen when we work together. Member FDIC.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast, a mix of clouds and sun, more afternoon clouds, a few localized passing showers, and quite cool, highs only 50 to 55. Tonight, a stray evening shower, then clearing skies in the 30s, near 30 in some of the cold spots with patchy frost, and tomorrow becoming mostly cloudy. Scattered showers north of Route 2, likely to the south, highs in the 50s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And brought to you by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust, so you can visit them online at barharbor.bank. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We're going to take a few minutes and find out what's happening with Pete's Rubbish Removal. We have the owner of Pete's in with us, Neil Robie. How you doing?
Top of the morning to you, Stephen.
Excellent. A little trash talk. I guess that's what we're calling this, because this is a business that's been around for a long time, since
1957.
Isn't that something? You've owned it how many years now, Neil?
This is my 22nd year.
All right.
Yep.
Learned a lot along the way.
Yep, stepped in it a few times.
Haven't we all? All right, how many trucks you got out there on the road?
On any given day, on any given day, we probably have 5 different trucks on the road. Yeah. Usually 2 packers and 3 roll-off trucks. I think maybe today we have 4, but have a little bit extra help today.
We're coming into work earlier this week. It was around 7:45, 8-ish in downtown Woodsville. One of your big trucks was pulling off and back again somewhere, so give them plenty of space. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk about safety and the drivers in just a minute, okay?
Sure thing.
That time of the year, clean-outs. It's spring, summer. People are thinking more about that, I assume, this time of the year. How's that work with you guys?
This is really one of our busiest times of the year, of course. Everybody's, the snow's all melted. Everybody's cleaning out. They're starting renovations. demolitions, whatever, any kind of just cleaning their garage, their basement, call us up. We need to have that discussion. All right, what's going in it? How big a container do you need? How long do you need it for? When do you need it? And when do you need it gone?
Right.
Everything from, I think we have a can going somewhere this weekend for somebody's daughter's wedding the week after, you know what I mean? So some of these, it's pretty timely,
So depending on what's in that, it determines where you're going to get rid of it.
For sure,
Okay.
whether it has to go to a specific transfer station or a specific landfill, or if it has some sundry items like if I have to get rid of like a television or a refrigerator or something that needs, they're Freon expunged, I have avenues for those things, but you can't just bury that in a dumpster.
Right.
Like I have to know about that ahead of the time, and either myself or like Ryan's in the office right now, and he's ready with the answers that the customer needs.
Good.
If they have items that are non-landfill items, we usually have a place for them.
Are you always taking on new customers, Neil?
Always.
Okay, good to hear. All right, Memorial Day is this month. You're doing something then for our current and past military veterans?
Yes.
What's the deal?
Yeah, Stephen, glad you mentioned it. So for the entirety of May, free deliveries for anyone who is active or past military. So just give us a call. Make sure you mention that that you're a veteran or if you're active, and your free delivery on either a roll-off or if you're starting service. That's going to save you upwards to $200 depending on your location, and it's just a way for us to say thank you.
Excellent.
We appreciate your service, and just a little bit, hey, it's a little bit, but every little bit counts nowadays.
Okay, it's for the month of May. Best phone number,
603-989-5300.
All right, do that. Pete's Rubbish Removal, and this is a little trash talk. Neil Robie, the owner. All right, let's talk about safety just a little bit. And a lot of funky things can happen out there, Neil. And I'm sure your drivers come back with stories every single day.
Every day. I mean, you watched even when I pulled in here this morning, and had my turn signal on. Somebody pulled by me on a double yellow,
and I saw it.
I know.
I was a witness. Your blinker was on too.
And so for our drivers, right? It's just. They live it every day, right? Yeah. They're a big, slow-moving thing that people don't want to get stuck behind us. I'm sorry, but sometimes you're going to be stuck behind us. And if we can't see you, then
we can see your trucks.
Right.
They're big and they're colorful.
Right.
So safety's huge.
Right. It is big. Just be a little bit patient.
Yeah.
Our guys, they're awesome. They're doing the best they can. So just kind of keep an eye out for us. We appreciate it.
Good. Yeah, it's good words right there. Yeah, because Neil was turning left, had his left blinker on. It's okay usually to pass on the right, but this person passed on the left. When you were turning left, whatever. Pay attention out there. Sometimes we have a brain cramp, but be careful. All right, let's give a little bit more credit to your drivers then.
Yeah. I think sometimes we talk about trash, but more often, hey, we're just talking about life, right? And I guess I'm just blessed. I just don't want to dive too deep in this, but I'm just blessed to work with the guys and gals that I work with. And it's the stuff that they do on the job and the stuff they do after job, and it was just cool, the other day talking with, Nate Smith, who's coaching softball on his daughter's team.
Sure.
And you probably know him.
Yep.
And, Gerald Lyons, who's a Marine veteran,
Mm-hmm.
that I get fortunate to work with every day. And I just want to bring something up that's, if I'm not out of time, that's, I think, kind of poignant to this. Is Saturday, my son was working with me, and we're doing what we call the bag drop. It's this Saturday morning trash drop we do right there in North Haverhill. We do one in Rygate as well.
Yeah.
And he came over to me. We're both busy. Cars are coming and going. And he came over and said, "Dad," he goes, he's like, some older gentleman was here. He's young, so he calls him an old guy.
Yeah.
But he said he always brings his trash to Pete's. He goes, because he goes, I was too old to go deer hunting anymore. He goes, I know I can call Pete's, and those guys will help me drag my deer out of the woods.
Really?
And he goes, and that's why, and he goes, so that gives me the opportunity. I don't get stressed out. I can still go out in the woods. And he goes, Dad, that's just pretty cool.
That is cool. That's a great story.
And I said, hey, that's part, part of WYKR, right?
Yeah.
part of Valley Floors or any of these places, is when you call these places, they're part of the fabric. You know, they're part of the fabric of, you know, where we live. And I think, and that's cool. You know what I mean?
That makes you feel good, doesn't it?
It does. Like that gave me a little bit of pause, you know?
Yeah. No final comments. We'll leave it on that one, right? That's a high note. But anyway, take advantage of that. Military, present and past veterans, you'll be taking care of their garbage free for the rest of the month.
Yes, sir. You know, so all free deliveries on roll-offs or starting rear load service, any of that, we're going to drop the container off. And like I said, that's going to save you anywhere from $75 to $200. And just, you know, hey, if you want, just kind of mention you heard it here on the radio.
Yeah, 603-787.
Nope, 989.
989, sorry. 989.
5300.
All right. 989-5300. Pete's Rubbish Removal. That's Trash Talk. Neil Robie, the owner. Thanks.
Hey, thank you.
A family-owned and operated business since the early 1900s, Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care, Woodsville, is dedicated to the communities served in the upper Connecticut River Valley of New Hampshire and Vermont. The staff is caring and experienced professionals who understand the importance of personal requests and family traditions. Ricker Funeral Home will assist you and your family with the dignity and respect your loved one deserves. For additional information, visit their website at rickerfh.com or call 603-747-2717.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: a mix of clouds and sun, more afternoon clouds, a few localized passing showers, and quite cool. Highs only 50 to 55. Tonight, a stray evening shower, then clearing skies in the 30s, near 30 in some of the cold spots with patchy frost, and tomorrow becoming mostly cloudy. Scattered showers north of Route 2, likely to the south, highs in the 50s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Hey, thank you, Mark. Right now it's 41 degrees in Montpelier and it's 46 in Concord. It's 7:58. You're now up to date. That is the latest weather. Compliments of your friends at Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville. They're online at rickerfh.com. And for additional information, you could call 603-747-2717. Our temperature is in the mid-30s. We're heading for the mid-50s. CBS News in less than a minute at WYKR Haverhill, WTWN Wells River, W286DE Wells River, 105.1 FM. A reminder, it's Jazzy's Children Indoor Pop-Up Yard Sale that's going on to benefit Jazzy's Children Fund, 25 Central Street, downtown Woodsville. That's happening for the month of May. And let's see, also coming up for Jazzy's Children, Saturday, May 16th is the fun run. Yeah, that's happening. Children's 5K Fun Walk, and that's going to be happening at Blue Mountain Union School. We'll have more information on that. It's just a week or so away. Not this weekend, but the next weekend. Hey, it's 8 o'clock. We're taking a break and looking at the latest world and national news.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
All right, 3 minutes after 8, let's head to St. Johnsbury, Westward Auto Repair. Say good morning to Dave. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
All right. Okay. We're not going to hold you up very long, Dave. We know that you guys are busy up there. So I know Chris, I guess it was Chris, Ryan answered the phone. So what's going on to make you so busy right now this time of the year?
Tires, suspension. It's just been a crazy past couple of weeks. The floodgates kind of open for people wanting to change over the tires and get everything looked over. Since we finally got a little bit of nice weather, no more snow.
Yeah, exactly. So really, when you get out of winter and head towards spring this time of the year, what really do you really start seeing on a regular basis that needs to be taken care of?
We see a lot of stuff. Obviously, we get a lot of people that have, some vibrations in their wheels from mud in the tires. We get some brake noises, suspension noises. These winters are tough on vehicles. Mm-hmm. It beats on the brakes. It beats on the suspension. Once the weather breaks, the mud packs into the wheels and people get tire shakes. Yeah. So there's just a lot of different things to focus on.
Yeah, as you know, New Hampshire has done away with their state inspections right now, but Vermont, for the time being, is still holding in there with it. What are you seeing in regards to state inspections up there?
Yeah, we see quite a bit. I mean, I think it's hard to come out of winter and come into spring with your inspection due because, we find, I don't want to say more, but the winters are so hard on them that there are, ball joints loose, brakes that are worn out or in need of servicing. So I think it's a tough time of year to have inspections, but luckily Vermont's still holding strong on it, and we're able to make sure these cars are safe on the road.
Right. Availability of tires, what's the deal in regards to that right now, Dave?
Luckily, we've been pretty good. Usually stuff we can get within a day or two at most. So.
Okay, good. All right, so your hours are Monday through Friday at West Ward Auto Repair. What are they?
Yeah, Monday through Friday, 7 to 5.
All right, good. And if people need to book, they can go to westward.com or just give you a call, 748-3636, or stop in during those hours.
Exactly. Stop in and see us. Usually Danny and I are up front. If you're lucky, you'll catch Brett and Ryan out there as well, and any of us will be glad to help you.
Excellent. West Ward Auto Repair. Hey, I know you're busy. Thanks for your time today, Dave.
Hey, thank you. Take care.
Yep. All right. Have a great weekend.
You as well.
We're about 6 minutes after 8. That's what we do every couple of weeks. We check in with West Ward Auto Repair, 1193 Portland Street in St. Johnsbury. As Dave just said, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they're online at westward.com, WESWARD.com, West Ward. All right. Let's take a break here. Find out what's happening in the world of sports here in New England. Tom Cuddy's Sports Report, the Celtics.
Celtics were eliminated 6 days ago, and still Jaylen Brown is streaming his future with the Celtics, sort of. Sounds like Jaylen will remain a Celtic.
And I understand people perceive this year as a failure. This was my favorite year. Even with that said, I do not claim this year as a failure. By no means was this season was a failure to me, and I'll argue with whoever. I know people will look at it like you guys blew a 3-1 lead and lost in the first round. The season is a failure. By no means was this team a failure.
Maybe Jaylen Brown's best season just completed. If the Celtics had a team captain, that would be Jaylen Brown.
And even though we didn't accomplish what we accomplished, there's no excuse. I'm not making no excuse. Obviously the result, we're not satisfied with the result. We're not trying to, if this sound like an excuse, it's not. To fight and maneuver through adversity and grow, galvanize with a bunch of guys and to have that mindset and approach, this was my favorite year.
Celtics, Jaylen Brown, a future Celtic or not? Follow me, Tom Cuddy Sports.
And more coming up today, covering the Patriots and the Red Sox. 7 minutes after 8, 43 is our temp here under clear blue sunny skies. Compliments of Tommy's Auto, open at 266 Route 10 in Piermont. Tommy's taking care of vehicle maintenance just in time for spring and summer, so be sure to reserve your time and also get your new summer tires mounted and balanced, as Tommy's Auto is open every day, Monday through Saturday, beginning at 7:30, located at 266 Route 10 in Piermont. Tommy's Auto is now open at 266 Route 10 in Piermont, taking care of all vehicle maintenance needs. Think spring. Now's the time to reserve your summer tires mounted and balanced with the best prices and all services. Make your appointment soon by calling Tommy's Auto, 802-535-2804. After spending many years of Moonlight Auto Repair, Tommy decided to open his own business at 266 Route 10 in Piermont. Open every day, Monday through Saturday, beginning at 7:30. Now's the time to contact Tommy's Auto.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast, a mix of clouds and sun, more afternoon clouds, a few localized passing showers, and quite cool, highs only 50 to 55. Tonight, a stray evening shower, then clearing skies in the 30s, near 30 in some of the cold spots with patchy frost, and tomorrow, becoming mostly cloudy. Scattered showers north of Route 2, likely to the south, highs in the 50s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, thank you very much. We're into the mid-40s, and, of course, most places are reporting temperatures in the mid-40s already, heading to possibly the mid to upper 50s today. Clear blue sunny skies are with us right now at 8 minutes after 8. We're moments away from chatting with Ryan at Valley Floors. But first, I want to remind you, Tommy's Auto, located at 266 Route 10 in Piermont, has just updated you on the weather. Be sure to give Tommy's Auto a call at 802-535-2804 and book your vehicle in for its spring inspection and also get those summer tires mounted and balanced. Tommy's Auto is open every day, Monday through Saturday, beginning at 7:30 at 802-535-2804. All right. Ryan, how you doing this morning?
I'm very well. Stephen, how are you?
Doing pretty good, thank you. We'll enjoy the sunshine. It is, isn't it beautiful? It really is.
It is. It is. Enjoying the warmer weather to get out early in the mornings, although this morning was brisk.
It was. Yeah, Mark Breen with us earlier this morning talking about scraping some frost off from his windshield up north. So we're not out of the woods yet. Still some frost.
No, we're not. I went out and jumped on my bike this morning and looked over at my car, and it was covered in frost. And I said, "Ew, this is going to be a cold one."
Isn't that true? All right.
We warm up quick enough.
So
And
how many
look at it
miles
now.
did you get in?
Oh, I don't actually track it. I just head out through my woods and see how much time I have and how much energy I have, and
There you go.
chase my dog around for half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, good for you. All right. Valley Floors.
You still ride, you mentioned the other day.
Oh, I
Still
do,
bike
yeah.
ride?
Year round. Yeah, got the fat tire bikes, studded tires, blacktop bikes. you name it, we can ride there.
So dare I ask how many bikes you have then?
Oh, a lot. That's
okay. That's okay.
Between old bikes and new bikes, probably in the 20s.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a garage full of bikes?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And that includes my wife's bike. She has some bikes.
Sure, yeah.
And I've collected some older bikes and some chopper bikes. I got East Coast choppers, West Coast chopper bikes, that type of stuff.
Good for you.
Yeah, just something I do, a hobby.
Yeah, we all have our thing.
Yeah, but good to hear. I didn't realize you rode, so yeah, it's great. Awesome.
It is great. Anyhow, flooring. I don't have a lot to talk about flooring, and I could talk about all sorts of other things, as we well know. Did want to mention that as previously stated, we have started to bring in some warehouse inventory, and the vinyl plank is here. We have two selections of great vinyl plank, 20 mil wear layer, which that shouldn't mean a whole lot to the consumers out there, but it just means that it's a very rugged, durable floor. You can put it virtually anywhere. Vinyl planks are, of course, modular pieces. They're smaller pieces, sort of like the traditional sheet vinyl that folks might remember, but it's been recreated and reformulated for easy installation. They go down in individual pieces. These they come in wood looks or tile looks. This is a tile look, and I think they're 18 inches by 36 inch. But it's both sort of a copperish color and a beigey color, and very, very hip, chic colors, and we're selling them for $1.99 a square foot, which is a great deal. We used to buy them for used to sell them for about $5 a square foot when it was a running line. They are discontinued, which is why the price dropped, and we bought them and brought them in. So we can install them for you, or it makes a great do-it-yourself project. Really all you need is a smooth concrete surface or a newly prepped plywood surface. You lay some very easy-to-use adhesive down on the floor with a very small trowel. You can even roll it if you would prefer. Let it tack for half an hour, 45 minutes or so, and then set your tiles into it, and they do not move. So you can then sit right on top of them and continue to lay your flooring. And they cut pretty easily with a utility knife. So we can walk you through it if you wanted to do it yourself. But I guess the gist of it is warehouse material is starting to come in. We're going to start to stock some inventory for both selling it for us to install and for folks that want a project on their own. So the warehouse is getting reformulated a little bit. There still is a little bit of odd lot tile out there and hardwood flooring that we need to get rid of, and encourage folks to come in if they're looking to do a small project, and we'll take just about any offer. If you're going to put it to a good use, we will load it up for you, and you can take it away and put it in on your own.
Yeah. We had Lauren in here earlier today, and she was saying something about she's working, I guess, with you guys in regards to flooring and a kitchen or a bathroom she's putting in somewhere. So she gave you some credit this morning anyway.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, good. We appreciate Lauren. Of course, she worked here for a couple of years. We miss her. It was great. That was a long time ago. And her and Abby and I worked down on the floor together. We had a lot of fun. Some pictures pop up every once in a while on Facebook of the listeners know she is a character, and she likes to have fun. And I remember, we used to dress up for all of the holidays and have a good time. So, and she's doing great things out there. Again, I did miss her open house, but we worked together closely, and she's built a beautiful place. You saw it, and we actually put some Flotex carpet in there in her space. Did you happen to notice the floor when you were there?
Well, yeah, I did, and she pointed that out, and you wouldn't know it's carpet. It's really awesome.
It is really awesome.
It is.
We've talked about it a half a dozen times on the radio, but if you don't see it, it's hard to know when we're just talking about it. But yeah, that's Flotex carpet. It's carpet that you can install in places that you don't think you can put carpet, and that being one of them. But also like hockey lockers and ski lodges, places like that where you want carpet because for safety and sound reasons, but water or other reasons make you think that you can't really put it in there. This product you can. It has a vinyl back on it. It has a 1/16 of an inch of a highly twisted nylon fiber that acts as carpet, but it's not thick enough to actually hold anything in and allow things to penetrate down through any backing, so that you can remove it very easily with a vacuum. So it's a really cool product. In fact, I'm creating a coffee shop in town for Julie Porter that's going to open in fairly soon, and I kept pushing her to put Flotex carpet in her coffee shop, and she's like, Ryan, you can't put carpet in a coffee shop. And I'm like, well, it's not really carpet, Julie. And so we just went back and forth, but I digressed, and I said, okay, we'll put vinyl plank in there. So, but just to the point of it, yeah, it's a cool product, and we've talked about it a few times, but that is Flotex that is made by Forbo. It also makes Marmoleum, which is the 6 feet wide true linoleum product. Some really cool products, but jumping out to the showroom, there are a few manufacturers that are pretty unique floors if folks are curious about flooring. Again, we talk often, but we sell a whole lot more than simply carpet and vinyl these days. And so when you're thinking about a project and, starting to plan for floors, we encourage you to come in and just poke around for half an hour to see what's new in floor covering and to get re-educated on some options that are out there. And Flotex carpet tiles certainly should be one.
Awesome. So if that's below grade, maybe in your basement that is dry, but once in a while some water gets on it, is that no problem?
That is no problem.
Cool.
It's a great selection for that.
Wow.
Yep. Again, very thin face fiber so that it doesn't have a whole lot of area to retain moisture. It cleans very easily, and it's safe. It's easy to install, and it looks really fun. They have some really cool looks, whether to create a hardwood look. They even have some plaid looks, like the old plaid wallpaper or blankets.
Wow.
They've got some really cool looks that you can achieve, and patternless stuff. But yeah, it looks like a hardwood floor, but it lays down with glue, and you can cut it with a knife. So it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that's why we've been doing this thing on Friday mornings at around 8:15 for years, because your world is constantly changing down there.
It is. It is.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very fortunate. Want to appreciate everybody out there, both our employees here and the installers that do the hard work out in the field every day on their knees, dealing with contractors and designers and homeowners and expectations and management back here and time frames, and the wonderful sales staff that we have here and estimating. Tony, everybody here does a wonderful job to keep things rolling day in and day out, 5 days a week. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Happy to stay for an appointment before or after hours on the weekend. If that schedule doesn't work for you, give us a shout.
At Valley Floors. Thanks, Ryan.
You bet. Have a great weekend.
You too. There you go. Ryan Chase, the owner of Valley Floors, right there in Bradford, our weekly conversation. We're about 18 minutes after 8. It's Friday morning. Stephen, John, and friends, we take you to 9 o'clock news and information. And I have today's menu that's being served at Tuttle's Family Diner in downtown Wells River. These are the specials, but you can order off from this to the regular menu. There's a lot of specials, so listen up. They've got the Diner Burger, which is available. It's a BLT burger with French fries or tater tots. How about chop suey with garlic bread? Homemade mac and cheese with a roll. A hot dog can be added for a small charge. They have the crispy chicken wrap with bacon, lettuce, cheddar cheese with honey mustard, along with chips and pickle. Haddock sandwich with chips and pickle. Haddock dinner with choice of potato and a side. And their soup today is beef taco soup. These are the specials. You can also order from the regular menu when you stop by Tuttle's Family Diner right here in downtown Wells River. Give them a call, 757-3333, if you can't allow time to stop in, but you have time to order out. It's that easy. Glad that you could join us this morning. Still coming up in the next few minutes, we'll be chatting with Liz Shelton, representing her family stores in Woodsville. We'll also update you on the weather forecast again. On the other side of the conversation with Liz, Shanna Meyer chatted with Joshua Smith yesterday, Averte Trivium. They'll be talking and finding out what's happening there. And then Winston Oaks, the owner of Budget Lumber in North Haverhill, started his liquidation sale in August last year. It continues, but of course things are going out the door at rock bottom prices, at least 50% off. So be sure to stop by. Still plenty of doors and some windows that are available. And he also still will do special orders depending on what you need. So place to be is at Budget Lumber in North Haverhill. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. As we approach 20 minutes after 8 o'clock, we'll take a break here and look at the weather forecast for the listening area. This includes all of northeast Vermont and northwest New Hampshire. That's coming right up. But first, a few things that we wanted to pass along that we were kind of mentioning about a half hour ago in regards to Jazzy's Children Indoor Pop-Up Yard Sale that's going on in downtown Woodsville for the month of May. And then they have Jazzy's Children 5K Fun Run that's coming up Saturday, May 16th. That'll be at Blue Mountain Union School. And the registration begins at 9 a.m. with the run walk beginning at 10 a.m. And then because you get your running and your walking shoes on, the next day you could be part of Cottage Hospital's 6th annual Any Which Way 5K, May 17th at Woodsville Elementary School. So that's a weekend of running and walking and supporting local causes right here in the listening area. Right now, though, we're taking a look at the weekend weather forecast. It's being brought to you by PTO's Repair, your local Fisher authorized dealer at 802-222-6152. New location, 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh. That's just over 3.5 miles south of the traffic light in Bradford. Again, Paul's available at PTO's Repair, your local Fisher authorized dealer at 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh.
PTO's wants you to know we are your local factory authorized Fisher plow dealer. We sell, install, and service all Fisher plows and sanders. We have over 20 years of experience in factory training. Make PTO's Repair your first stop for all your Fisher plow needs. PTO's Repair, 2320 Route 5 Fairleigh, or at ptosrepair.com. I'm PTO, and I wanted you to know.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast, a mix of clouds and sun, more afternoon clouds, a few localized passing showers, and quite cool, highs only 50 to 55. Tonight, a stray evening shower, then clearing skies in the 30s, near 30 in some of the cold spots with patchy frost, and tomorrow becoming mostly cloudy. Scattered showers north of Route 2, likely to the south, highs in the 50s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And there you have it. Updated look at the weather forecast. We're in the mid-40s already. Plenty of sunshine is with us, and we're on our way to seeing the mid and upper 50s here in the listening area, something that I'm sure everybody's looking forward to today. And that's the weekend weather, Mother's Day holiday, so to speak, weekend weather forecast. PTO's Repair, Fisher authorized dealer in Fairleigh, 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh. I said holiday, but it's close enough, right, Liz? It's Mother's Day weekend.
It's a holiday, trust me.
Okay.
we earned it.
It certainly did. Yeah. And you're all set for Mother's Day shoppers, I assume.
Oh boy, are we ever!
Good.
It's been busy already. I was, a lot of times people wait till the last minute, but people started about 2 weeks ago, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I, of course, haven't done mine, but, I'm no different than most.
Right.
Those people who are so organized, I'm in awe of them. But we're ready. We're ready for Mother's Day weekend.
Good to hear, yeah.
Yeah, we have some really good sales that are going on right now. We are offering 20% off our in-stock Maiden fry pans. Maiden is a pretty good company. Some things are made in the USA for cookware. Some things are made in Italy. It just depends on the cookware that you choose. We offer all three of their lines. We offer their stainless steel line, which their stainless steel is a 5-ply. Which gives you some really good, some heat, and you have a really nice control of whatever you're cooking. They have ceramic coated for the people who want nonstick. People are moving away from the other coatings and going to the ceramic coating. And then they also offer carbon steel cookware, which carbon steel is a little bit very like cooking with cast iron. Except for you can cook at a very high heat. So people who are interested and like to cook at really high heat, I have a lot of people who like to sear on their stove. you can also use your carbon steel on your gas grill. So I just put that out there to people. It's a great quality cookware, and it's definitely made to last. We do offer sets in some of their line. And then Le Creuset also has a nice promotion going on for a 6.5 quart tall Dutch oven. I believe that promo is at $289, and they also have several other promotions, including 20% off tea kettles. So I've actually been selling a lot of tea kettles for the last month and a half. So I just want to put that out there that they have a 20% off on that. And then there's a couple other items for baking that are on promo too. Wusthof is offering their classic 6-inch chef's knife at $108 as a promotion, and their icon is at $128. There's also other promotions on serrated and utility knives that go along with that in the icon or classic. And then there's some steak knives that are on promotion, stainless steel ones. I talked about we received in our Casa Brew espresso machines a couple weeks ago, and we've been doing extremely well with them. And then I just got a Cuisinart delivery this week, another tractor trailer load. And they also have a low-profile espresso machine. And so we have a display of those for people who are wanting to get an espresso machine for Mother's Day. And then in the gift department, we've received a new order from Yankee Candle and some new jewelry and purses and wallets. Lotions and soaps from Toasted Crumpet have arrived from the UK. And then we have several other new gift lines for Mother's Day that when I go to Atlanta or I go to Chicago, I kind of pre-write orders and I have them shipped in time for specific, holidays or just specific times of the year. So some new stuff is popping up. We're also in full swing for proms and weddings. Our tuxedo and suit rentals and sales have been very busy. If you've been in the store and I'm not upstairs, it's usually because I'm downstairs with people going over suits and fittings and all that. If you do need to come in for a suit, give us a call ahead of time. I just ask people to, even if it's 2 minutes before you get in the car, just give us a call so that somebody's there. It's usually me who does everything when it comes to the suit, so I just want to make sure that I'm there at the store. I don't want people to drive a long way not to have me there. And then I did want to mention that it's our last call for the hero banners. If there anyone wanting to honor someone this year, you need to call me or get your paperwork to me immediately, because we are sending out our orders either today or Monday. So if anybody's interested or even just wants information, just call the store and I'll give you the information. And then I just remind everyone that we're a dry cleaner, drop-off, pickup, and we do knife sharpening, and we have all kinds of fun little services that we offer. And that's what's going on.
Awesome. A lot of great stuff right here in downtown Woodsville. So fortunate to have the party store. Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.
All right. Enjoy the weekend. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. You have a great weekend, too.
I appreciate
Bye-bye.
it. Bye-bye. All right. Updated each and every, quarter? I guess every couple of weeks is when we chat with Liz, find out what's happening at the party store and everything but the cook. We're approaching 29 minutes after 8. Another look at the weather forecast is coming up still. A conversation that Joshua Smith had with Shanna Meyer from Trivium Averte, and then a conversation I had a couple of days ago with Winston Oaks, the owner of Budget Lumber in North Haverhill. All that's coming up in the next half hour at Your Country.
We're excited to have back with us in the studio Shanna Meyer from Averte Trivium Life Services. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Great. You're sporting the Averte swag right now.
I am.
Is that a tracksuit? What is that?
It's it's kind of a track jacket.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Our what is her new title? Our strategic Senior Manager of Global Partnerships. She has some fancy title.
Right.
She got these for us when we did our conference in London.
Well, that's
so we
fancy.
could represent internationally.
And you had like a lanyard on too when you're walking around?
Oh, the whole deal.
See?
Yeah, we were
Look
all
at that.
conferenced up. Yeah.
Right. So what did bring Averte to London for that conference?
So that was a cool conference. It was it's something that happens on an annual basis. This fantastic, energetic woman who primarily works in the substance use treatment realm, named Lee Fitzgerald. She gathers practitioners and program leaders from places all over the world. I think 26 countries were represented there, to London for some presentations, sharing of information, networking. It's really like a cool opportunity for like-minded professionals to just kind of come together and talk about their work and make connections and share resources. So it was a good time. Yeah, pretty interesting.
And we're talking to Shanna Meyer, who's the Vice President of Operations over at Averte/Trivium Life Services. And remind people, too, the difference between Trivium Life Services and Averte.
Yeah, so Averte is our local chapter of Trivium Life Services. So Trivium Life Services is a national organization with programs out in the Midwest, headquartered in Council Bluffs, Iowa, owns and operates a variety of residential and group housing options for individuals with various mental health and intellectual and developmental needs here in New England at Averte. Averte is the part of the company that focuses primarily on mental health for adults 18 and up. We are a residential therapeutic community. Anybody 18 and up, gender inclusive community, can come and work on their mental health, whatever that means for them.
And what I love about under your leadership over at Averte, that if you've really spearheaded the destigmatization of mental health supports.
Yeah, thank you.
Explain a little bit about what Averte does in that realm to remind people that it's okay to be not okay.
Yeah, I think it's really, I think it starts with the conversation, right? Just like not being afraid to have the conversation, not being afraid to talk about the ways in which mental health challenges show up for all of us, whether we're specifically in treatment or not. Mental health is something that we all have. It's, it's an ever evolving thing for everybody, and it's very individual. So I think really just starting in that place of, being non-judgmental, open to the conversation, and engaging folks in, what mental health, good or less good, really looks and feels like for them, and helping them identify, what would well look like for you, what would well feel like for you. And I think the other piece, that we talk about a lot is community integration. These folks, they live next door to you, whether you know it or not. These folks are walking down the sidewalk, applying for jobs, grocery shopping at the same places as all of us. There are community members, there are neighbors. So I think really sort of continuing to engage the community and find ways that our residents can be active members of the community is something that we really value.
And Averte is such a fun place to work. And do you guys have openings?
We sure do. Wow, yes, we do.
Okay.
Direct support professionals, which to me is like the most fun job, because those are the people that get to spend the most time with our residents, doing activities, hanging out in the beautiful weather, having meals, taking them into the community. So we have openings for DSPs, as well as we're looking for a new clinical director.
Okay.
And yeah, there's always something. So keep checking it out. A cook, a housekeeper. We have lots of opportunities open.
And people love working there too.
I think so. Yeah, I think they find it to be a rewarding experience, knowing that they're making a difference. They're making real connections with people that matter in their lives. Yeah.
And you also work with veterans.
We do. Yeah, we are part of the VA's community care network. So when a veteran in the services of the VA is identified as having more higher level of need than maybe what they can traditionally offer, then they would make a referral to a provider in their community care network, and we're one of those fortunate, privileged providers.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird is like, when we talk to like other businesses, there's always seasons, things that ebb and flow.
Yeah.
And I know when you're on a couple months ago, we are talking a bit about seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah.
So what are you seeing now in the mental health realm now that it's warm days now? What are you seeing? What are you seeing now?
I think we're seeing people start to wake up a little bit, so to speak, us too. And at least, I can speak for the folks at Averte right now. I think that it does give people a little bit of a boost wanting to get out and get some fresh air, get some vitamin D. But it's also important for us to maintain a balanced view of what seasonal changes can mean, because, it's something that we all feel in our bodies, and our bodies and our minds are interconnected. And, sometimes folks who have been through a lot in their lives, histories of trauma, significant events that have occurred in their stories, sometimes these seasonal changes can bring about some challenging memories or signify something, particularly, challenging for them,
Right.
based on where they've been in their lives. So I think any milestone that we're all experiencing together can be a really beautiful thing and a really incredible opportunity to engage people in different ways. But we also have to remember that everybody's story is different, and those significant changes that we all feel might mean something different for different people.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. We're talking to Shanna Meyer, who is the Vice President of Operations. And I enjoy these conversations, Shanna.
I do too.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And if people want to learn more about Averte and what you do, where's the best place they could go to?
They could check us out at triviumlifeservices.org or averte.com. We'll also redirect you to our fabulous new website with some very cool new stuff. Definitely check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you so much, Shanna.
Thank you.
8:36. We're in the mid-40s, heading for the mid-50s. Let's take a break and look at the weather forecast for you. It's being brought to you by House Right Construction, which is located on Route 5 near the historic Newbury Common. You may be thinking about building your dream house. You might be looking at a piece of land and need to know if it would be a good building site. Perhaps it's time to renovate a bathroom or to create cabinetry for your entertainment equipment. From crafting a house that nestles in the landscape to creating a cozy kitchen fit for a chef, House Right Construction has the professional know-how you need. House Right offers technical expertise and old-world craftsmanship, along with the old-fashioned business values of integrity and accountability. Whether you ask them to join you as your general contractor or want to consult with them at the earliest stages of your project, since 1985, House Right has brought a wide range of experience as a home builder in New Hampshire and Vermont. Large or small, they look at projects holistically, considering functionality and aesthetics. And they will be as dedicated to your project as you are. House Right Construction, Main Street South, Newbury, Vermont. Online at houseright.net.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: a mix of clouds and sun, more afternoon clouds, a few localized passing showers, and quite cool. Highs only 50 to 55. Tonight, a stray evening shower, then clearing skies in the 30s, near 30 in some of the cold spots with patchy frost. And tomorrow, becoming mostly cloudy. Scattered showers north of Route 2, likely to the south. Highs in the 50s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And brought to you by House Right Construction, which is located at Route 5 near the historic Newbury Common. Also online at houseright.net. It is 8:38, and we're sitting at 43 degrees under mostly clear blue, sunny skies.
The red, white, and blue flapping in the wind. That's what country sounds like. Make our country your country. Your first choice for country and more.
Four Corners Farm in South Newbury is happy to announce they have hundreds of beautiful pansies for the wonderful moms. Mother's Day is this Sunday, May 10th. Spring is also the best time of the year to purchase fresh asparagus, rhubarb, spinach, jam, milk, eggs, and cheese. Mother's Day is this Sunday, May 10th. Be sure to remember Mom with beautiful pansies from Four Corners Farm in South Newbury. Open daily 9 to 5. We like to get our updates right from the owner, and that's Winston Oakes at Budget Lumber right there in North Haverhill. How you doing, Winston?
Hi, doing good, doing well.
All right, good, Winston. All right, so here we are. We're blowing snow, and now we're mowing our lawns already. And I know we talked about the cold and the snow all winter long, but hey, we're heading into spring and summer in a hurry.
Yeah, the roofing business, the siding business, and all of that outside work has really picked up a lot. So
That's good. All right.
Quite a bit going on, and roofing especially.
Yeah, it could be because you still do the special orders in regards to that stuff.
Yeah, we do all of it. We can do roofing, we can do siding, we can do any kind of sidings, and most everything today is specialized so that most everybody has to order what they want anyway, because if you're going to get vinyl siding, there's 30 companies and 300 colors, so
yeah.
you just can't stock anything to keep people happy too much, other than white if you get a chance. But But steel roofing is all cut to length, so that's easy enough for us to do. We bring in pallets of insulation if somebody's got a big job. And actually, we could get plywood and lumber if you want to take a unit of it. So we can do quite a bit of stuff other than what we used to do, of course.
Yeah, it's good for our listeners to know that. All right, in regards to what is on board in doors and windows, how are you doing there?
We're still doing very well in doors and windows. The windows are down to pretty well nil, but I'm ordering more windows than I got in stock. So I can still order all windows, and Silverline especially, and Play Gym. Both of those companies are still available to us. And, like I say, most of the stuff is high end or a higher part of the house to be purchased is mostly special orders anyway. So that and doors, we're hanging anything you pick up. If you pick out a door and you want it hung, we can do that in the shop. We're down on exterior doors quite a bit. Our fiberglass is almost down to nil, actually, but we still can bring in a door, though, because we just still order the parts and put them together here. So if you still need a door and we don't have it, we can still give you a price.
Okay.
And hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah, this is for Budget Lumber. Budget KB, your kitchen and bath, that's still full bore, no discounts
Full
there.
board. No, that's all full board. She's doing the same she always done, and we'll continue even after the building Budget Lumber is closed. She'll still have the kitchen business going.
Yeah, so Budget Lumber liquidation started August of last year. Because you're trying to shut it down and retire.
Yeah, we're
trying
to sell the stuff out of here.
As we said, trying.
Got too much stuff.
Yeah. All right. So, in regard to stuff, let's talk about your yard sale, so to speak, lack of a better word.
Yeah. We had a situation where one of my tenants has more or less told me to sell the contents of his building. So in the last few days, we've been sorting that out, and it's all undercover, so it will be inside. And we'll probably just run it during the day while we're running the business here. People have to be a little bit patient with us, as back and forth might be a little crazy, but and maybe Saturday I'll open it up for 3 or 4 hours while I'm here, and we'll try that. But there's 3 vehicles for sale: a Range Rover, and a F-150 pickup, and a Volkswagen Beetle convertible. And then inside we got clothes, we got lawn stuff, we got sports in the area, we got backpacks. It's an unbelievable amount of stuff in there. So somebody kind of curious to stop in.
Yeah.
Might be something in there you can't live without.
There you go. And so your regular business hours for Budget Lumber and Budget KB are what?
8 to 4.
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, yeah.
And then if you do this yard sale type thing, you might do it on a Saturday.
Well, no, it'll be open during the day.
It will be. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good to know. A lot happening in North Havel under the historic water tower.
Yeah, it seems like I keep getting my feet wet somehow.
Yeah. And some of the information we talked about is also in the Bridge Weekly Showcase.
It is.
And you're also on Marketplace?
I am a lot.
Okay.
Heavy-duty Marketplace.
Good. All right.
So if you just go in there, and I posted a lot of that yard sale stuff on there to get people, if they're interested, they can take a look on there and kind of tell what we have,
Yeah. All right.
So
let's take a look at it then. That's Winston. Yeah, it would be, certainly. Right there in North Havel under the historic water tower. We chat every couple of weeks, find out what's happening at Budget Lumber, Budget KB and Millwork in North Havel with Winston. We'll do it again in a couple of weeks.
Good.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's about 21 minutes after 8:51 here at your country, WYKR, 8:51. Temperatures creeping into the mid-40s and into the mid-50s for highs this afternoon. Compliments of Dad's 4x Tool and Supply. We take a look at the latest weather forecast for all of Northeast Vermont, Northwest New Hampshire.
Hi, this is Ben from Dad's 4x Tool and Supply. Today I would like to highlight a special piece of equipment we stock, a food plot planner. Yes, that is right, we have a food plot planner. Say that 5 times fast. A Casco 4-foot plot planner that can plant in either rows or broadcast, so it is good for legumes and grasses. This is available for rent, so you don't have to lay out big money for an implement you only need a day or two. Please call today to reserve a date to rent the planner. It will save you tons of work. Dad's 4x Tool and Supply, St. Johnsbury and Wells River.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: a mix of clouds and sun, more afternoon clouds, a few localized passing showers, and quite cool. Highs only 50 to 55. Tonight, a stray evening shower, then clearing skies in the 30s, near 30 in some of the cold spots with patchy frost, and tomorrow becoming mostly cloudy. Scattered showers north of Route 2, likely to the south, highs in the 50s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
And there you have it, with temperatures right now in the mid-40s here, and also in Montpelier. Concord's already pushing 50 degrees. We're at 43, 44, and looking to see the mid-50s today. Check them out. They're located on Route 5 in St. Johnsbury, and also right here in downtown Wells River. You will be amazed at what Dad's 4x Tool and Supply has to offer you. Just looking at the latest weather forecast for you right here in the listening area for this Mother's Day weekend. That's a look at the latest weather forecast. That is the title with Flatland Calvary as we approach 9 o'clock right here in your country. Glad to have you along here with us this morning, wrapping it up and reminding you, Haverhill Parks and Recreation with an open-air market tomorrow. Railroad Park, Woodsville, Saturday, May 9th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. News and information is next. It's Mother's Day weekend. Enjoy. Make it a great weekend.